Stories are almost missing out on destiny. My name is Osajumebi, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Theresa Oyim, and it's titled Bethlehem In Ihiagwa. He could remember their day of betrothal like the back of his hand. In fact, the outfit he was currently wearing was the same color with the one he wore that day, tagging behind his father and listening to his popular advice on how to be a man. He secretly hoped his father would not stir in his grave by the end of this particular day. The tips his father gave rang continuously in his head like a playlist on repeat. He stole a glance from her, and even in this tense situation, the innocence and calmness that defined her face were still present. He had never seen them disappear, from the days she passed in front of his workshop on her way to the playground, till when she was old enough to go to the market square. And even in this moment, when another bundle of innocence and joy was on the way. Worry contorted lines at his brow and mouth. Worry not because of the tables and chairs left unsold in his shop, which were coated with harmattan dust. Worry not because of his cracked and aching feet, but worry about his young wife, who was a novice with this 9-month ordeal, and even more so about the unborn. Worry for himself, who was just as unschooled. Everywhere was crowded. The whole Ihiagwa had come back for the head count. The brimstone from the Eze's decree had been hot enough to spark such a deluge. Nobody offered them standing space. Neither did anyone empathize despite his wife's condition. The two that would not long become three trekked from Iceman Junction towards Umochima. They took each step, praying silently for a solution. Their prayers ascended the heavens. The solution, an uncompleted lodge that would have had workmen had the day not been a Sunday. A corner hidden enough for one to become two would have to suffice. And in a princely and peaceful manner, the lad saw the sun for the first time from below. The brown Muntorika wrapper Maria's mother gifted her at puberty served to cover everywhere but his fragile head. And with a radiant smile, Joe laid his son in the empty headpan that had the least clumps of cement. Joe couldn't contain his joy, and with Maria in arm, lifted his eyes to the heavens in thanksgiving. The fulfillment he felt was greater than what he felt the day the Eze declared him the best among all the carpenters in Ihiagwa, and had him supply every single furniture in the palace. He closed his eyes tight, and a tear trickled down to his beard. Contours of joy decorated his hairy face, as he recalled how he almost put Maria away, how he would have lost the singular privilege of becoming Nna Jesu and Di Maria. Theresa is a writer who resides in Lagos. She is a product manager in the financial industry with a lifelong love for stories and the art of writing and reading them. She has been published in the Kalahari Review and is an alumna of the Spring NG Writing Fellowship. You can read more of her work on Medium at Theresa Ogu and connect with her on Instagram at Blooming Therese and on X at Oyim Therese. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, I would love to hear from you. Send an email to info@osajumebi.com or send me a message at osajumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with that one person you know will enjoy listening. Tell them that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.